come on live because I was just in the chat section of Nick at Night. She was interviewing a lady out of Ohio, my home state, by the name of Faith, um, the mother of a young man that died in 2020 from a fentanyl overdose. Those of us, I don't live in Ohio anymore, but those of us that are familiar with the drug epidemic going on in Ohio, um, there is a lot of deaths and overdoses on across the country. But when you are in these smaller cities, it becomes more a state of emergency, if you will. Anyway, I thought it was an interesting take. Um, in Ohio, if you are caught selling fentanyl to someone and they uh, pass away, then you are charged uh, with their death. One thing Nick at Night said that I thought was interesting, um, she asked Miss Faith, the young man's mother, was she in any grief counseling? And Faith is a reverend, that was her title. She said that, she's a grief counselor and she's a reverend. And Faith looks like she's a baby boomer. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of older people don't believe in therapy and counseling. I actually know that to be true just by speaking about mental health. I'm in a minority community. And once you speak to African Americans in the baby boomer generation and you put reverend in front of their name, they don't connect or identify with therapy, and it's just a sad state of events. Um, it's unfortunate that you have a lot of older people that are not educated about mental health. Um, it's a lot of older people that need to get well and that are not setting good examples for those that come after them because they don't believe in any type of emotional or mental support other than their spiritual realm. And it's just an unfortunate thing. I've said many times on my platform that I have and do take God with me to therapy. There is nothing wrong with getting therapy, and more people in the older generations need to be educated and need to be more open minded about resources that are out there. This is a problem within the community now. You have so many people that are so stuck in their way on what they believe when it comes to mental health that you can't tell them nothing. And it's just a sad state of events. James, I ain't lying. And to sit back and to see an older mother who is grieving from the loss of her child, it's a sad thing because she's traumatized, but lacks so much knowledge because she has been conditioned and raised in an environment to where none of us were educated about mental health in the minority community. And she's so stuck in her way and thinks she has all the answers that she doesn't even realize there are resources and new tools that she can learn and implement in her life to help her to settle her brokenness from the passing of her youngest child. But see, what I have come to understand in the Black community as I continue to speak out authentically about the challenges that are plaguing us within the Black race is most times we don't want to listen. We don't feel that we need to seek help because we have normalized toxic and unhealthy behaviors. You know, I sat there during this live a little bit ago, and I was reading the comments as the mother was speaking about her deceased child's baby mama, and just really focused on her and really wanting and needing to get her story out. And going through some traumatic things within the Black community myself that landed me in therapy, and I learned a lot of things because, see, at one point I was like Faith and like the majority of the Black people that I know. I didn't believe in therapy, and didn't want to go nowhere and tell nobody my business, because who are they? But therapy was one of the best things that happened to me. And what I've learned from going through traumatizing things, being overworked, high stress, things that really deteriorate our lives in the Black community, is that most of us do not identify or cannot see someone that's traumatized. We will call it something other than what it is. She tripping, or she's being difficult or aggressive. No, we are not acknowledged. We don't see and understand when someone is in an emotional state of trouble or sickness. We rather just talk smack about them or call it something else. But in reality, we lack knowledge. And it's unfortunate. Until we get to the stage in life where we can really educate ourselves and understand that your mental health is a part of your body, just like catching a cold. Sometimes your mind catches its form of cold, and it becomes something that needs to be healed. Just like when you take medicine for when you're sick. I don't understand the level of ignorance when it comes to your body. Your mind is a part of your body. And we have been set up for failure because there are far too many people out here that need some type of support and help emotionally. But we have normalized sickness. Always go to God. That's first and foremost. When Black people didn't have anything else, all we had was God. But God has also, just like God has equipped doctors to help heal our body, you don't think God has equipped others to help us emotionally? It's the lack of knowledge for me. It's a lack of knowledge and understanding and accountability within the community. We are not doing ourselves or anyone any justice by being ignorant to the facts and the realities of what's going on within our communities. We all know the same things. I'm 50 years old, and throughout my whole life, it was toughen up or shake it off. Ain't nothing wrong with you. We heard that in the community. Uh, Far too many times we seen people that or heard stories something outlandish or just ungodly happened. And the first thing in the Black community was, oh, well, we know it ain't us. Our first initial thought always have been, it must be them. Look at what's going on today. I don't see nobody that's really lashing out and acting a fool more than people that look like me. But we want to normalize these things. Some people, and let's be honest, some people need medicine. Some people have something that they need more support than just saying that, I'm going to pray for you. Some people really do need additional measures in place. When you have people that are unaliving their families, when you have people that are unaliving themselves, when have people that are just going in places, don't have no connection with nobody, and flipping out and unaliving others. When are we going to have real honest conversations about mental health? I talk about mental health because I want people to get well. I talk about mental health because this is real life and we need to quit ignoring it and making excuses because every day you turn on that TV, every day you pick up your phone and scroll, we are seeing these stories and these realities that are so ungodly and it is devastating. We need to start identifying things for what they really are. Most people, so I believe in the Black community, can identify somebody that is in a state of emergency, a traumatized state. We will sit there and just talk shit about them, excuse my French. And that's the truth. And instead of recognizing that something is truly wrong, that this person is suffering emotionally, we will mislabel that and call it any and everything other than what it is. We have been conditioned to do these things, and nobody is learning. People are running around here focused on things that just don't matter. My motto is let's get real and heal, and we can do that together. It is okay to not be okay, but it is not okay to do nothing about it. More and more, if you don't know the statistics, more people of color are unaliving themselves than people of no color. There was once upon a time where Black people say, oh, we don't kill ourselves. Well, guess what? Our numbers is higher than anybody else's. Our children are taking their own lives. We need to start telling the truth so we can survive because we are not surviving out here. We are lying. We are pretending. We are saying we are okay and we are suffering severely. The best thing I ever did was to quit lying to myself, saying that I'm okay and I wasn't okay. And let me tell you this, wasn't nothing about it crazy. What's crazy is to sit there and to suffer and to normalize unhealthy behaviors and let your body and your mind deteriorate where until you just wither away. It happens every day. It is happening every day and it is not okay. It is time to tell the truth. It is time to know that it is okay if you're struggling, that there are resources, there are communities, religiously and professionally, that can help you through your toughest times in life. Quit normalizing these toxic mentalities of sacrificing yourself and that strong Black woman mentality. Take it to hell. It is killing us. That's how you develop disease and are dying prematurely. I'm telling you what I know. It's up to us to get this thing under control. And until we do that, these stories will continue to grow at an alarming rate, and you will see more and more of your friends and family unalived prematurely. I ain't wishing it on nobody. I'm having a conversation that ain't nobody talking about because these conversations should be at the center of the table. But guess what? It's not. Nobody's really doing anything. Don't wait on somebody else to save you. Take the proper steps before it gets out of control if you are suffering. And if somebody is suffering that you know or in your family, quit looking the other way. Quit making that mistake. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do. I talk about real life over here. Somebody got to. Thanks for listening.